Dear Father John, it's taken me 35 years to write this letter, and I know I wouldn't be here today without the Friars.
I think one of the ways all of us are led is by somebody who's given us example. And one of the people obviously we turn to is Francis, St. Francis. Father Paul was greatly inspired by him. I mean, he even went to Assisi and walked in the footsteps of Francis to learn how Francis saw God. And it calls us to be a person who brings unity, peace, healing to people who need it so desperately. Father Paul received the charism of At-One-Ment, the Atonement, of reconciliation, of bringing things together that shouldn't be apart. And that spirit, it seems, wherever we go, or when people get involved with us, become involved with that charism. They become people that start to make it a part of their own lives. They may not even be aware of that, but these people begin to live God's gift.
Very Reverend Father Paul, I am writing to express the deep gratitude of myself and of the priests and religious of the Archdiocese for the regular and substantial help you are rendering to us. May I here mention the fact that if this contribution does not reach me any month, we have no other alternative but to starve. I remain yours and our blessed Lord, Mar Ivanios, Archbishop of Trivandrum.
Father Paul had a great concern and love for the churches of the East, so much so that he became close friends with many of their leaders. And his love for the churches of the East was so strong that it even caught the attention of the Pope, who invited him to co-found the Catholic Near East Welfare Association.
Our very beginning, the Holy Father at the time, Pius XI, wanted to demonstrate a solidarity with the East because there was a lot of suffering, and so entrusted to Father Paul as a co-founder of this new agency called Catholic Near East Welfare Association on his behalf. And that was the beginning of the Kanewa story. And from there, we've carried out this mandate of walking with, accompanying, supporting these Eastern churches who are in areas of great suffering. Father Elias is a wonderful asset here. He's a scholar, an expert on Arabic history, Arabic culture, religion, and he helps us to understand and to work within the environments that we're called on behalf of the Holy See to work.
What I like best about being a Friar of the Atonement is that I really think we have a ministry that makes a difference. We are here to build peace between peoples, and we start with religions. We're looking for a world without religious and cultural violence.
Dear Friars, there is so much heartache and despair in the world today. I will support you through the Mass cards you send me and with my prayers. Please continue to help those in need. Your very presence gives me hope. Kathy.
I was speaking to a Buddhist in Toronto, and I had occasion to tell him, I am a Franciscan. Oh my, he said, you are a Franciscan? My God, he said, you have no idea the degree to which St. Francis is respected in Buddhism in India. Billions and millions of people who are inspired by Francis. Well, I have to tell you, I was taken aback by that. Didn't know it. Dialogue is about constructive listening to the other. What's the other's heartbeat about? What's so essential about being a Buddhist? Or what's so essential about being a faithful Muslim? What? What is it? Tell me. Tell me so I can listen.
I like what I do because of the people I meet. The people I meet come from all walks of life. They come from all different religions and religious backgrounds. They all have this keen sense of awareness of the brokenness of humanity, and they want to overcome that brokenness. We get to actually share with each other the wonderful gifts that each of our religions brings to the world. So that sense of reconciliation isn't only about the unity of the church, it's also about the reconciliation of human beings and human hearts that are broken.
It's constantly going out, it's constantly doing for others. Actually, like Father Paul did in the beginning of St. Christopher's Inn, taking care of those who can't take care of themselves.
The friars at St. Christopher's Inn saved my son's life. He started using drugs as a teenager and was a heroin addict by the time he turned 20. When he went to St. Chris's, I didn't have much hope, but I prayed every day that you could help him, and you did. Today he is clean and rebuilding his life. It makes me wonder how many mothers like me you've blessed over the years. You will forever be in my prayers of gratitude. Nancy.
The friars that were stationed here, and the one sister is Sister Kathleen Ryan, they gave of their time and their talent constantly. But I think Franciscan spirituality is seeing and focusing on the need and not being afraid to go out and try to help and make something good out of it, for the help of mankind.
I thank God every day for the friars and for the help you gave me when I was lost. There are no words to describe how grateful I am for the safe haven of Graymore, for the recovery retreats and nightly meetings. You helped me find myself again. My life would not be the same without you. God blessed me the day I found the friars.
Well, one of the characteristics about Graymore is that there is always an open door. Everyone's welcome. For example, on our St. Anthony Sunday, this huge, wonderfully vibrant, loving community of Haitians comes and joins us for a day, and we celebrate together. Graymore is there for the person seeking a space alone, a time alone with God.
Dear Father Bob, 12 years ago, when I was first told that I was HIV positive, I was terrified. There was so much judgment. I was treated like a leper. No one wanted me, and I had nowhere to turn for support. At Graymore, you and the other friars made me feel welcome. I was overwhelmed with warmth, caring, and laughter. You provided a place where people like me could feel God's love. Mary.
In the early 80s, we noticed that some people coming here on retreat also were HIV positive, and they had very special needs. Everybody rejected them. And so we started a retreat just for people with AIDS. The first retreat had 14 people. The next year, we had to cut it off at 100. And it's been going on every year since then. They say this is a special place for them. Again, they find acceptance, they find compassion, they find understanding. Time and time again, people come up this mountain broken, and they leave healed.
Dear Father John, it's taken me 35 years to write this letter, but I want to thank you for all these many years of sobriety. I became a grandfather today, and in this miracle of God's love, I recognize the joy in my life, and I know I wouldn't be here today without the friars. The friars were a wonderful blessing when I was lost and could not find my way. From the bottom of my heart, William.
Father Paul's gift to us was his desire for At-One-Ment. He wanted to see churches at one. He wanted to see people at one. He didn't want to see anybody alienated or separated. And this gift of At-One-Ment permeates everything the friars do in their ministries.